Okay. I thought I'd worked those out already. Damn it. Well, good morning. Thank you for joining me, as always. Welcome back to Legend of Dragoon. I'll make sure that cord isn't stuck. We are back at our usual time today, so I can say good morning since it is in fact still morning for me. Now, if you remember from last time, we had we had gotten into the underwater city thingy here, Aglis, the city of magic, and we ended off the stream getting to the point where the psychedelic bomb is about to be created. So the party's all split up, and I don't know what I have to do with this, but I get the feeling I'm going to have to do a bunch of really stupid voices. So I hope you're in for a ride, because I'm not. My throat is going to kill me. No stick drift. No stick drift. Okay, better. Now, let's see here. Here we go. Shall we start the first challenge? I don't remember what voice I gave Savant already. Oh yeah, I just gave him old man voice. Shall we start the first challenge? Okay. Ow. Show me your moves.
It seems like it's just us. Why don't we fight for starters? Aren't you scared because you lost many times? Or is the cheap pride of our Giganto stopping you?
Congo and Ross changed. Ross doesn't say such things. You are not Ross.
Then die.
Tell me why you are bodying up with enemy. You fool! What happened to my plan? The unification of entities. Have you found a leader who replaced me? Emperor Dol, Congo got new feeling. Congo found new friends. Intention of Emperor Dol is in Congo. Congo won't avoid Emperor Dol. We saw the courage of a Giganto. Real courage can be obtained when a person is released from the bonds of the past. We're starting the next challenge. Okay. So, like, can I watch these too, or am I just waiting with you? I don't know.
Miranda says, I see. You're giving me a challenge. Let's get it over with.
Buckle? Don't be so hasty, Uncle. Miranda, you're a hasty. You have a short temper, boy, and hopelessly annoying. Ooh. You really have a short temper. Ooh. I have a question for annoying Miranda. Ooh. Why are you here?
For Queen Teresa.
I asked the wrong question. Alright, oh. Buckle lost, oh. Miranda won, oh. I lost so that Buckle died, oh.
What are you talking about?
Without Buckle, the space cannot exist. You die too, Miranda.
Where am I? Buckle, answer me.
You still don't understand, oh? Buckle and Miranda died, oh.
Don't tell me I died, I'm still alive. Look, I still have my hands and feet.
To die is to vanish, oh. Now Miranda vanishes, oh. Same as Buckle, oh.
What kind of trick is this? How did you do this with my body?
Miranda has done enough, oh. So that you vanish with Buckle, oh. Are you scared, oh? Afraid? Wanna cry? I cannot die now. Miranda hasn't even done anything yet. Miranda cannot die if terror remains in the world. I've just given up on deciding which voice she gets, and she's a hybrid of Pilar and Miranda from Raft. That's just what's gonna happen. Miranda is revived. Look, Buckle is revived too. Look. Buckle's mean.
The person who knows the time of their own death has real courage. That means I too have. We're starting the next challenge. Oh, okay.
Okay. I keep forgetting who's saying okay in this circumstance. Thankfully, these are not as much talking as I thought. Your Majesty Albert, it's an emergency. Minister Noish, why are you here? I was called by Mr. Savan. Sergio is in danger. Tell me more. The mysterious Eastern tribe is deploying an army around the border. I'm in cowardice. They took advantage of your absence, King. Return to Indell's castle at once. Your people are waiting for you to come back, Your Majesty. I cannot do that.
Why?
I am a Dragoon before I'm a king, even though it should be opposite, but this is what the answer of the game demands. Minister Noish, please attend to the matter of the invasion by the Eastern tribe. Do everything possible to avoid a fight. That's right. Don't worry, there is no such thing as an Eastern tribe. We wiped out that part of the world, so now there's nothing to the east. That's our king.
Albert had to weigh the world's crisis against his people's, but making cruel choices is the responsibility of a king. The real leader has to be able to weigh the effects of a death. That is the courage of a king.
I certainly don't envy anyone that has to take on that sort of responsibility. Like, to be fair.
We're starting the next challenge.
Okay.
You see this record? It's broken. In between every cutscene.
Like nothing's here. Boring. Bardell? Why are you here?
I came back from the infernal world to get revenge for my sister. Are you interrupting me, Graha?
Guaraha? You told me, Meru, you would come back to settle the matter of his sister after the journey.
So you cannot die yet. Make amends with your death. My sister admired you. How can you still live after taking the life of my sister?
Like, I can't die. I'm immortal. I'm gonna be a valley girl to the end of time. I can't do anything if I die, even make amends. It was tough, wasn't it? I kind of miss doing Ruff's voice. That was fun. I got to be a puppy for a while.
Poor Meru. Death does not make amends. Making amends only exists in life. We surely saw the courage of Meru, who knew and chose to live. I wonder what I'm gonna say. We're starting the next challenge.
Okay. I mean, okay. I kind of want a soundboard so I can do like a record scratch and be like, just for fun. This record's broken. The completion of magic requires both the material and heart of the person who uses it. It's like raising disciples. Raising disciples in my head. Zombies in my head. I hate that song, but that came to mind right now. What is this? And Claire left Rouge. I saw it through the mirror with Spino. If you could erase all your memories and could go back to that moment, could you stop Claire? I couldn't stop her. It was the best I could do. That's right. That's how I cry too.
Accepting the past, it shows courage too. Wow, I feel like the writers were getting lazy. I'm saying less and less each time. That had literally like 4 lines of dialogue. We're starting the next challenge.
Okay.
These are rolling through at full speed. Thunder force ahead. I would often think about it. The thing that we're doing, namely Charles creating the signet sphere to seal the moon that never sets, and Rose continuously killing the moon child. I prepared for the coming evil day with a new signet, Moot, and the psychedelic bomb, and waited until that moment. The road to destruction laid by the creator, Soa, was supposed to be absolute, but evolution was stopped by us winglies. I would often think about it, whether our deeds were the right thing, and will continue forever. I am afraid whether I will be myself until the day my body perishes and becomes dust. Will our intention be engulfed by the intention of the Creator Soa eventually? Is everything meaningless?
You go too far. We are neither immortal nor gods. We're merely people. People should just live in the present because it means living for the next present. I have a gift for words. I have been that way and I won't change. When is my challenge? Oh, that was it. Well, that's anticlimactic. Fine then.
I think I'm the last one.
We finished with the challenge, or we finished the challenge to the 6th. You're the last one, Dart. Are you ready for the last challenge?
Okay, I sure hope so. It's the last. Pour your courage into the psychedelic bomb. Alternatively, if we find a hobo that's on drugs, we can pour our courage into the psychedelic bomb. Shauna, is this an illusion? It's the possibility of the future.
The sword! I cannot control my body! What did you do to me?
You have to take up swords against Shauna. Stop it! Shauna is the moonchild that gives birth to the god of destruction, as well as being Dart's significant other. If you have to take up swords against Shauna, what are you gonna do? I will save Shauna, no matter what. That's courage. So why did I have to wait the whole time? Wait, wrong voice. So why did I have to wait the whole time?
The courage to pursue your love will change even fate. Thought it's a challenge for a moment, but it was in fact change even fate.
Savran went ahead to see the results. Like, our hope or courage will be able to make the psychedelic bomb. It's the creation from thousands of years of effort by Savan. We have a huge responsibility. We obtained an unexpected ally. Now we can wait for Zeke at the Signet Sphere. We all know what this means, don't we? If we can stop my dad in this city, the world will be saved. That's it. Let's go. Savan's waiting. Actually, I think I want to put these in different order. There we go. That should do. I'm a bit concerned how low level Rose is, but I guess we'll make it work. She's not too far behind, but I don't like how little... Oh, where are we going? Did I hit the wrong way? No. This is just a very similar exit. I'm concerned about loading this area so many times so quickly. I really don't want it to crash and have to redo all that. I have no idea where we're going. Not a clue. We finished the main part, and there's no shortcut to where we're supposed to head. What the heck? Oh well.
Die. More and more.
Do 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 do. Oh. What a silly attack. That was kind of cute. He just sends little fish after him. Who do you think you are, Aquaman?
Die. More and more.
Oh yeah, physical attack barrier.
Die. More and more.
I am optimistic for the first time in a while that spring is going to be here now. I looked outside this morning and like it's bright. There's no snow on the ground. From what I understand, the day started at -1 degree Celsius or like 30 to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So like spring may actually finally be here. I am so ready for it. We have been trapped in winter for what feels like forever at this point. I mean, we're, what, halfway through April already? Yeah, we're already 2 weeks into April, and we're still... Oh, man. We're still stuck in, stop telling me you need to restart. We're still stuck in a winter wonderland, or we have been. Up until like 2 days ago, we still had snow, and we're still like intermittently getting it. But it's really nice being able to look forward to warmth again. Oh, I almost had it. The downside is that with this medication that I'm on, I'm like really dizzy, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to use my scooter anymore. It's nice that it kind of helps the coughing when I'm sitting doing absolutely nothing. I say as I cough immediately. But doing nothing includes not talking. It's just the severe dizziness is kind of a pain in the butt. I feel like during the summer months I may want to forego taking medication just so I can actually get sunlight for a little while. Okay. So maybe this one then. There we go. What a confusing place. Hey! Psychedelic man!
Look, the courage of all of you is adding up. I was hoping for multiplication, but I'm not good at math. The new magic will be born. Give me your hands! Give me your hands to save the world! I'll cut them off and add them to the stew.
This is the psychedelic bomb?
Oh my god! It's exceeding the limit!
Did it fail?
Don't worry, it's not a bad thing. Your courage was too strong. My ultimate magic is now completed. Hooray!
Ruff, Savan, at last I finished the preparation of moot, Ruff. It was rough. Phew, our efforts will pay off, phew. Magic power as strong as the signet spheres is gathered in moot, phew.
It seems we made it in time.
Does this mean we can stop my father's plan?
Ruff, as long as Seed doesn't destroy moot, Ruff. It's okay, phew. The strongest of all magic creatures, Last Kraken, is guarding it, phew. Let's activate
moot at once. We'll put a new seal on the moon that never sets.
Psychedelic Bomb X. Yep, well, we're definitely keeping that one. This is the most powerful item in the game. You'd think unbased attack for all, but it's multi. Ugh. You'd think unbased attack for all would be one that isn't good. You would be wrong. Well, I'll trade for that one, I guess. Yes, end. Because, as I've mentioned multiple times in the playthrough, the unelemented attacks are actually the most powerful. They do double damage to everything. It's nice that he's kind of leading us now. But unlike some of the newer games where you're in a time crunch situation, this one is scripted. Nothing actually comes if you ignore these treasure chests. There we go. Blazing Dyna less. Run away! Oh, you butt. I forgot that's the kind of weapon she has. Gives it fear or confusion or whatever it is. That's alright.
Oh, like I needed that XP anyway.
200 gold, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Can't carry more items. You never know what these things are going to be, so it's important to have room to pick up at least one. Let's get rid of one healing fog. Just to see what's in here.
Healing breeze.
That's okay. I am okay with that trade-off. Healing breeze is an excellent item. Anytime I see really cool construction like this, where it's like nonsensical but interesting, it makes me want to play Minecraft again. I'm actually really excited. I'd like to see Mari play Minecraft for the first time. She was talking about it yesterday that Eliza wants to play Minecraft with her, and I think that would be fun. I am curious to see someone else figure stuff out from the very beginning. Everything from building techniques to the basics. Because when we're starting, there's so much we don't know. We're just having fun exploring. We're like, look at my house made out of dirt and wood. And it's not until much later that we're like, oh, wood burns. Dirt blows up easy. Cobblestone looks ugly. I just think it's fun. It'll be really interesting to see the process of zero to master builder. Or at least to see her and Eliza at the same point of trying to figure the game out. It's like that old TV show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I was gonna say How to Beat a Fifth Grader, but that's definitely not right. save. That's good. Saving. Sega. Let's overwrite the Death Frontier. Actually, let's overwrite the start of this chapter. Yeah, that'll be fine. And I think we're about to hit a boss battle, so I'm going to change out Dart's equipment and reset it to where I want it. Which is Soul Eater. I need the therapy ring. And we're gonna take bandage shoes off of him as well. Magical greaves. And that means Albert gets that stuff instead. Bandit's ring, bandit's shoes. Perfect. I need to sell off some of this stuff. And I think that should leave Albert at full health. Pretty close. I am going to... Yeah, I don't see a place to heal. I'm going to use one of those healing breezes. We did, in fact, just pick one up, so never a bad idea. Just in case. Going into a boss fight at half health is not a good thing. It would not be a smart idea.
Let me show it. This is the strength, the signet sphere that has continued to seal the moon that never sets, the flesh of the god of destruction, the evil fruit that has settled in the sky. And this is the last kraken, a magic creature that was born to guard the signet sphere. But we have you. It may not be needed. And Moot will start working.
Oh, and Moot will start working. That red light is Moot, the new signet. I figured that would be a question, but apparently not.
Yes, when Moot is activated and the new signet covers the moon that never sets, the ambitions of that man will be terminated, unless he can, somehow get inside, but he'd never do that. What's going on?
That was a poor introduction of me. The voice is you, Zeke.
Dad, where are you?
In front of you.
Don't tell me it's been manipulated. It cannot be.
Yes, it is. He's controlling the heart of the last Kraken. Zeke, are you saying the 10,000 years of rest brought you magic power? Yes, isn't it an astonishing evolution? Eventually I will go beyond everything. Everything.
Ugh, my voice failed me right at that moment. Father, tell me, why do you need to annihilate the world?
Because it is the intention of the Creator Soa, and now it's my intention as well. Dart, are you not only pointing a sword against your own father, but also pointing a sword against Soa who created you? And Savan, didn't you think it's a waste to stop the birth of a god by disobeying the intention of Soa? You're all silly. It seems the moon mirror that Lloyd struggled to get was not necessary. Go, last Kraken! Destroy the Signet Sphere and Moot along with this city. I'm calling into work today. This is remote work.
Everybody, we have to stop him. I won't let you have your way, Father. Father. Alright, I don't think we need Dragoon form right yet. At least not for Dart. Actually, maybe we should. This is a water-based creature, right? He'll get double damage against that. Yeah, okay. We are definitely going to change this up in just a second. When Dart's turn comes back up, that fire elemental everything shall be super nice. Wow, that was a hard hit for her. No, not Albert. Oh. And Albert again. Perfect, that's okay. I do wish Dart could have that many attacks, but unfortunately boss level enemies are not frequent. Here we go. Special. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Dragoon, oh. Burn, baby, burn. It's out of control. I like that their weapons change too. That's a cool effect. I kind of wish there was a mechanic where you could equip different things to the Dragoon form. So, like, for example, I could have the Soul Eater only with Dragoon form Dart, and then it wouldn't take away health until we started using it. That would be pretty interesting, as far as I am concerned. Let's do Final Burst. I have a couple turns worth of this, so may as well. This was my favorite attack as a kid. Final Burst! I do remember when I played through the game as a second time, getting to this stage where I could use Final Burst was always like such a big deal to me. We're fighting in a fire void. You can't do jack all. Let's... this is actually less effective now. See, here's the problem. When we're moving faster like this, with all of our speeds up, the damage resist for 3 turns means we're probably not even going to get 2 attacks throughout it. Because it's based on 3 turns for each character. Meaning the slower you are, the greater the effect. I feel like Rose's attack moves slower, which is very weird to say. Final Burst again. It's nice because the dragon summoning would only give me 175% damage, but because this can be used 3 times, I get like 220% damage? 215? No, 225% damage. It takes a few more turns, but... Ow! Oh! No, don't. Okay, we're good. Sorry. I bashed my mic stand. I'm thinking of spending more money soon that I really don't want to spend, but I would like to get an actual mic that will attach to my desk. One of those ones with like multiple articulating arms. Because what I've got now is just not sufficient. Ooh. That could have been powerful if it had missed, or if it hadn't missed. You see what I mean about how silly it is to use the defense skill when we're moving this fast? We've already all had 2 to 3 turns, and this guy has attacked once and missed once. What the heck is that? Final burst! Those eyes. Look at those eyes on that thing, man. They're not even really round. They're like giant barrels. They're sticking outside its head and looking back and forth. That was an unpleasant thing. What the heck was that? Cleon. Didn't I see those things in Dave the Diver? They were just cuter there and spelled differently. Like they had an I, C-L-I-O-N-E. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I actually have to kill these things, but I'm going to just in case. Lethal attack for all. I am actually super curious. I don't remember this attack. Like I said, when I was a kid, I do not... Where did that blood come from? That's concerning. That's somewhat concerning. I did not remember that. But Rose's attacks all kind of freaked me out when I was a kid. So I didn't use her much. Did that do any damage? Or is the idea that it's just supposed to have a chance of elimination? That might be it. It's just supposed to have a chance of instant death, because it didn't seem to do a damn thing to these guys. Good news is, in a fire field, I don't think that has any sort of damage potential. Ooh. Actually, as a good thing, I'm going to try and, next turn that Rose is up, I'm going to try and have her use the psychedelic bomb, because we haven't used it yet. We just got it. It seems silly to not try it out. If he survives this. Okay, he did. Psychedelic bomb. There we go. I'm going to have to mash, so hopefully I don't hurt myself in the process. Psychedelic bomb! Come on, 200! Oh, I still couldn't hit 200. But I came pretty close. We tried. Okay, here's the thing. That looked pretty crappy, but it was against a boss. Psychedelic bomb shines against regular enemies, where it would do that much damage against all of them. That would be good. But against a single boss level opponent, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. Pretty hammer. I feel like I'm getting a lot of very surprising drops just by accident on this run. The RNG has been very much in my favor. I don't know if that's a guaranteed drop or not.
The signet sphere is resonating with the runaway reaction of Moot. Oh no!
Why? We prevented the attack of the last Kraken.
I got it! The field of power generated by the Dragoons triggered the runaway reaction. Sorry, I'll teleport you. I didn't like this feeling. I can tell my atoms are splitting.
Savan, you have to come too.
I will see this till the end. You should hurry to the next city. The signet sphere of Aglis is now being destroyed.
Are you starting it alone and ending it alone too?
Even if my body vanishes, my heart will remain. It will give you wings to fly to the sky. To the moon that never sets, where Sieg is heading.
I still have something to ask you.
Rose, I'm grateful. Rose, you were my... I'm still alive, just very badly burned. I'm in a lot of pain. Please send help. Oh, you shot me. Sorry, Austin Powers reference.
We have no time for being sad.
Yeah, but my head feels heavy. Can't you see me hanging it? I have thoughts now. I've never had those before.
Alright. So we'll save here. As always, just to be safe, because you never know when stuff is gonna screw up. But I think we actually have the thing that lets us fly now, or we will in a second. So fast travel, woohoo! Not that I'm honestly going to be using it, at least not much. Because every time you have to backtrack too far, you end up needing to swap discs, and I hate swapping discs. It might be different if I was going to go back and pre-level grind, but the only thing we're really going to do is go get that last stardust, fight the Dragoons for some more XP, and then we'll probably go to the Land of Taboo. At least that's the idea. I will want to do a little bit of grinding off stream, probably today, to get Dart and Rose's additions up. Just because we're a little low on the addition usage at the moment, and I want it to be more interesting. I want to be doing damage quickly. Oh yeah, should have used psychedelic bomb. Oh well. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Mainly because that thing had more health than psychedelic bomb would allow. It's not as though it's a one-hit kill. Which is disappointing. I remembered it being more powerful than that. Ah well. I think we get to see something sad now. With most of those cute little magical minions no longer able to sustain themselves. At least I think so. I don't 100% remember. This one, I think. And then this one. Yeah. Haha! I had a good memory to get back. Don't ask how, I just did. Miranda says, "Buckle, you are." Miranda, you're still annoying, Ook. Are other people safe, Ook? Don't say anything. 7 died. Buckle and the other creatures can't live without 7, Ook. Savan. Can't we do anything for you? Can't you be saved with a Dragoon's powwow? Hey, Nat, how you doing, friendo? Good to see you. Welcome in. How's your vacation going? I just sent you a message in your Discord earlier, like I hope your vacation's going well, or your trip is going well. Miranda says, "Answer me." You are alive. Hooray. Be quiet, Ook. Good night, Ook. I did see, and then saw you were alive. Yes. I've been going live a little later in the day recently, just to see if I could find any friends in the afternoon. So far, no luck, but I'm doing my best. How you doing? Miranda asks if you're playing Dead again. Give me a break. We can meet again soon, Ook. Closing my eyes. And soon, Ook. Hey, welcome in, Rocket. Thank you for the raid, friend. Yes, oh no, no friends at the time. Welcome in Battlecat81 and Rocketeer and various other people who might be here. I'm sorry, I don't get a list of names when you join. I'm Hero. If you don't know me, I make stupid puns, and right now I'm doing stupid voices to ruin cutscenes in Legend of Dragoon as well. I hope you enjoy. I'm doing as good as I can. Thank you for asking. Dashy Dragon Acolyte, welcome in. Thank God he doesn't know I'm here. Whew. You're right, I didn't know you were here. Unfortunately, they don't give me like a user list. I can't do. Oh God, hide under the table. Top tier puns? Well, thank you, Nat. I appreciate you. Oh, did you see my Go Live message yesterday, by the way? I found someone else with the same energy as me. I mean, I didn't go into... Oh, well, thank you, Dashy. I appreciate the follow. But I found someone with the same energy as me for naming sense. It was late at night, and the streamer's name was Insomnia. I am not using anything to emulate this game, Dashy. I am playing the Greatest Hits Edition on my PS2. It has crashed on me like 6 times already. I kept failing at the water dragon fight because it kept crashing afterwards since I was using Dragoon form. I had to go out and get the game disc resurfaced hoping it would stop crashing, and then I just had to do the fight without it. And yes, effing way, I have all the old systems. I cough a lot because I'm old and unhealthy. I hope you don't mind the silly voices, by the way. We can meet again soon. Closing my eyes, and soon. I have the original disc set when the game first came out with the giant info book that came with it. See, I'm jealous because I didn't get that one. I still bought it new from the store, but it was, I'm a 69-year-old man. I got the greatest hits version. So, it didn't get all of the cool stuff. It's just nice to have it. So, welcome in, you guys, by the way. I'm sorry, Rocket. You brought me the raid, and then I totally didn't ask how your stream went. Were you playing more Fortnite and Towerborn, I think is the game you've been playing? The other one? I'm pretty sure I got the name of that one right. Your PS1 is unrepairable, sadly. That is super unfortunate, Dragon. Oh, damn it. I have a PS1 as well, or like a PSX, the original blocky version, but I can't find it. I don't know where it is. I bought an Xbox Series S for $500 at Walmart and tore it apart just to get some parts trying to fix it, and also upgrade capacity and stuff. Is cheaper because I end up with more parts, but sadly the motherboard is too damaged. Damn, that is unfortunate. I'm surprised there isn't open source stuff to replace it. And I say that in good faith because I've seen like open source projects for miniature GameCubes, for example. It's a trooper though. I took it on all 3 of my tours from 2007 to 2010. Tours like military tours, tours of operation. And here I am every day telling myself not to get a Switch 2 just to play Pokopia. Where I live, it's hard to get parts ordered. Oh, I wasn't talking about parts ordered. Oh, you were talking about parts ordered. Right. I mean, that's understandable. Oh, I went the wrong way. There are so many labyrinths at this point of the game. But I've seen a lot of people have good luck with printing out PCBs and things using 3D printers now. And like I said, there's that open source project I was talking about where somebody actually just made a whole miniaturized GameCube. It's like small enough to fit on a keychain. It's nuts. Oh, speaking of Pokopia Nat, although not specifically Pokopia, did you see that No Man's Sky got an update recently? And it's basically just Pokemon? The creatures that you meet and can tame on planets can now become your partners to battle in Pokemon-style battles? I haven't tried it out yet, but man, No Man's Sky keeps improving and getting weird things. Yeah, it's in the latest patch notes. Yeah, so you can go to random planets, you explore things, and you tame them. Dragoon says, yeah, or Dragon says, yeah, I saw that, but I wanted my first console I ever purchased for myself to live. That's very fair. I grew up with 12 younger siblings. Holy crap. So my PlayStation was the only thing my siblings couldn't use because I worked and paid for it. Damn, man. Yeah, I can absolutely see how you'd want that to live. Well, my mom was the oldest of 9 siblings, I believe. I'm pretty sure the oldest of 9. Is it this one? But 12 is definitely a lot. You got 9 kids yourself? That's a lot, but understandable. I don't know how you can afford to keep 9 kids, but damn, good job. Your wife either loves you or hates you. I'm not sure which. Yeah, I feel you. Never married. Oh, you're just prolific. I got you. Okay. Only 2 mothers though. Fair enough. I'm not one to judge. I was just asking. And it seems like your kid is quite a handful all on its own. I don't blame you for having a tough time with only one. Would be 7, but I have 2 sets of twins. Holy crap. Twins seem like a very scary thing to have. I can't even imagine the stress someone must be under when you think you're getting 1 kid and you're preparing for 1 kid and then you get 2 coming out. It's like, I was not prepared for this. Can't decide whether you're wholesome or wholesome. No, I think holes in things are both your problem and not your problem. You're not shooting blanks at the very least. We'll consider that a win. You guys are making too much noise. I'm trying to sleep. Dickle's time is stopping, Cal. I cannot roll anymore, Cal.
But before that, you must see, Pino.
When I had all 9 after I got out of the military, while my exes figured things out living-wise, I had 3 jobs. Holy crap, but I owned my own home and 23 acres, so it was meh. I mean, fair enough. At least you didn't have to worry about a place to live. The only time I got worried was when the kids got quiet, means they were planning my end. I feel that. See, when I was a kid, my parents didn't have to worry about me being quiet because I preferred books. I was always just like sitting there reading, not even music on in the background. It was when I was making noise they got concerned because that was me doing something stupid. Dad, what are you doing?
The moon mirror is broken. Because the signet sphere of Aglis was destroyed, he doesn't need it anymore, Pino.
No noise is dangerous. I'm turning 36 this year. My eldest had her first son last year in October and is turning 19 in July. My youngest is turning 13 this year in September. Holy cow. You're already a granddad. Prolific indeed. But I mean, that's probably a nice thing too, because that means you're still young enough to enjoy time with your grandkids. I unfortunately have been pretty disabled since I was like 17, so even though my sister has kids, I I haven't been able to really enjoy like playing with them as they've grown up. It's only now that they're adults that I can, or mostly adults, that I can share stupid things like anime and video games with them. I told my daughter I'm glad she had a son young. Now she can suffer like I did. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Zeke is in the Lost City Zenebatos, Pino. Go hurry, Pino.
But how can we go?
We connected the teleport device.
Oh, we connected the teleport device, Cal. Please keep rolling for Deco, Cal.
He's dead.
So you're a grandpa at 35? Yeah. She practically raised her younger siblings while I was working, so I know she's got it figured out. It was very similar for my mom, too, from what I understand. She was mainly in charge of taking care of the house.
He opened the road with his last power.
We won't waste your death. Conceived at 16. That happens. Did I go the right way? I think this is the right way, yes. It's both cool and frustrating how labyrinthian these parts of the game are. I suppose it was probably easier to have a kid conceived at 16 when your parents had 11 other kids, or was it 12 other kids to look after? Hard to keep track of you all. I left for the military right after she was born, deployed right after her first birthday, and then after her first birthday, her younger sibling was born. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you didn't get deployed to somewhere dangerous enough for you to not be in their lives. It's nice to have you here. But am I winning, son? I'm winning, Nat. I hope so. Then the two twins were born during my second deployment. Fair enough. Wait, hold on. Two twins? As in one set of the two twins? Or both sets of twins born in such short order? Because that feels considerably more stressful if you had 4 kids come in at the same time. Oh, no, Ruff. Ruff, Rose. Ruff has been here forever, Ruff. Ruff only knows views and sound in here, Ruff. Ruff wanted to go outside at least once, Ruff.
Don't worry. Now you can go out.
Ruff, okay, Ruff. It's Ruff, Ruff. I did law when she first walked to me. I was in a wheelchair with 7 bullet wounds and a head wrap from an explosion I was in. Damn! My girlfriend at the time and her best friend. Sounds like a soap opera. Yeah, it's pretty sad. These little guys are all created by magic and then they're dying. Like, these babies are dead too. So their death won't be in vain. We have to move on. No, they were the ones that made the decision for the family fun time. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's true. These babies completed their own duty. We have to as well. So, that's fair, Dashi. As I said, I've given everyone stupid voices to completely destroy the tension of the game. So Dart is essentially Snake from The Simpsons. Haschel is a crossbreed between Master Roshi and a prospector. Kongol is Russian. Albert is like Irish or Scottish or something, probably closer to Irish. Rose is lazy Mexican. Meru is a Valley girl. Who else? Miranda is Pilar and Miranda from Raft. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for hanging out, Nat. It was good hanging out while your break lasted as well. I hope you're having a good day. Well, Mira's like, oh my god, the babies. And then the next thing she's all like, oh well, they're better off gone and they did their job. It's whatevs. Yep, I know. And that's why a Valley Girl fits her shockingly well. I gave it to her as a joke and I forgot how well it fit her personality. Because I haven't played this game in like 25 years probably? 25 plus-ish? It's been a long time. But it's surprising just how well the voices that I gave them fit sometimes. I think my favorite though, although it was the hardest, was Princess Lisa. She's a chain smoker. I'm glad she doesn't speak much after that first interaction, because that was hard on my throat. I hadn't played since 2011 when I got off my last deployment and came home out of the military. Fair enough, fair enough. Let's see. Like I said, I haven't played this since probably elementary school. I must have been like 13 or 14 last time I picked it up. But I got a capture card a couple of months ago, and so I figured it was an excellent time to go enjoy all of the old games that I didn't have a chance to play before. Now my emulator won't let me progress past the kind at the end of the first disc. The king. Why won't it let you progress past that? What the heck? That's super unfortunate. Oh, well. Out of curiosity, is it doing the thing where after you beat him, oh, it just gets stuck after he hits 0 health? That is super unfortunate. That sucks, man. Well, if you want to enjoy it vicariously, all of the episodes that I played are up on YouTube. You can go rewatch from that fight. Maybe you could use a save state to skip to after that fight. I could see that being a thing. If you're using an emulator, there might also be the option of an instant kill, so it skips. That might be a problem too, yeah. No, it's all about the engine not handling the damage calculation. That's fair. I mean, your equipment probably isn't up to snuff, so if you just fail some additions until he is able to get out his dialogue, that might help. Because it might be that you're not raising the flag of his conversation before you finish him off. Oh no, don't try save state scumming. Try, like, downloading a save state after that fight. Because, I mean, you can use location data to get past things, or to trigger flags inside the game. It's more complex, but it can be done. Even if it's a giant pain in the booty sometimes. And the only reason I know that is because I did download an emulator for Final Fantasy 12. Because, like, I have the original game, and obviously I have my original PlayStation, but I hate the camera controls. I hate that you can't put the camera controls to normal, that they're always reversed. The emulator I have works exactly like a console. Basically, the HDD I have is a PS3 fat. Gotcha. Well, that's unfortunate then. That's super unfortunate. Could you maybe ask online for someone's save file past that point? I imagine that would be possible if they just... I mean, you wouldn't be at the same level, but you'd be able to progress.
This must be the door to the teleport device Dekel was talking about.
Yeah, because I burned the game data to the system and I could, but it wouldn't be my work and effort. That's true. That's true. Hey man, I get it. On the other hand, if you just skip past that battle, you can always put the work and effort in again. Just make sure you save that data so you never have to do it a second time. It looks like the one in my forest.
This can take us to Zenebatos instantly. It's completely different.
Wingley's had such an astounding magic power, moving between cities instantly like this. It's astonishing, alright, but I can't accept the life being generated by magic. Miranda says me misère. It's too depressing to be born just to do one thing. The Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was born for destruction only. Its existence might have the same sorrow.
Then let's try to make it feel better by making sure it'll never be born. We gotta protect the next Cygnus sphere.
Let's go to the Lost City Zenebatos. Literally, I sold my original Xbox Live account from the Xbox 360 days years ago for $800 because I had a Perfectionist Award. All games played that had gamer score with 100% achievements. I had a gamer score over 500,000. That's how dedicated I am to my gaming. That's very impressive. There's a lot of games that I cannot do that on. Like, I picked up quite a few that are just awful games. There's one for my PS3 that I have called Natural Doctrine, for example. It looks cool, but oh my goodness, is it an awful game. Like, it's just the worst. The combat is confusing and not good and not explained well. Yeah, I've been there and a lot of it sucked, but during my downtime in the military, it was nice to just slog through BS. I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that. I was forced... The cough, if you can hear it, is actually doing a little better than it was previously, because we finally found a medication that kind of helps, even if it's got a lot of side effects. But I was forced to take the COVID vaccine back in like 2021, maybe 2020, I don't remember now, and probably 2021. They literally forced me. They said, if you don't take it, you don't get to work. And so I waited until they said, because we're forcing you, you get workers' compensation if something bad happens. And I'm lucky I did, because if I had taken it even the day earlier, I'd have been screwed. They'd have said, it was your choice, not ours. So I went and I got it, and lo and behold, I got an awful side effect. So I am pretty disabled. Anytime I try and move or walk around or do anything, I start getting massive coughing fits that basically make me want to collapse. Which means I've also had time to just play through a bunch of stuff. Like I beat Tears of the Kingdom the other day on stream, and before I even started that playthrough, I had over 500 hours in it, and I hadn't realized that. I don't mind the cough. I have 65% use of my left lung at 90%. My old job told me to get the vaccine or I would be terminated. I just went to the shop office and packed all my stuff, threw it in the Mustang, and did a fat burnout in the parking lot. There are many days I wish I'd done the same, because it's not fun not being able to do anything, not as a result of my own actions. Then they called me later and tried getting me to come back, and I told them to kiss both sides of my ass. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I wish I'd done that. The crappy paycheck I get off of workers' compensation is not worth all of the suffering that I'm going through, and all of the bullcrap I'm having to slog through. I wish I'd have kept my health instead. But we are at where we are at. So I'm streaming not to get popular or big, but because I am bored as hell during the day, and having people to hang out with and something to do makes me feel at least semi-normal. I was the only person qualified on all the call vehicles and equipment, and the only mill rate they had, replacing me took them years. Yeah. Ah, see? You and I share some points then, Dashi. Our motivations are very similar. Yeah. So this is the lost city, Zenebatos.
It's the city where the legislation and administration of the world of the ancient winglies were carried out.
It's an austere place. It seems like a place Albert would love. Yes, they have a great interest in the way in which they manage their nations. However, I don't think I can learn anything from such a mess. Miranda says it fell more than 10,000 years ago.
Warning, 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 warning. Warning. Zenebatos is under martial law. Leave the city at once. Good for you, Albert. It seems that Zenebatos is still alive. Warning, invaded by humans. Take shelter in Cadeza promptly. Warning, 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 warning.
However, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be functioning. Are those generated by magic too?
Like, it seems like it, but it's different from Buckle. There's no heart in it. It's just like Sieg now.
Oh, burn! Hey guys, there's something coming this way. It's a stingray. Don't touch it, it'll sting. What is this? I am Coloon. I'll be your wings.
Savan was talking about it in his last moments. Wings that can fly the skies will be given.
I love how the Dragoon team incorporated technological stuff mixed with magic. The way they handled it literally feels like advancements, not like most games where it's just technology replaces magic or vice versa. That's true. That's very true. Although I think there is also a reasonable separation between civilizations in some games, where you start down the path of magic and your society flourishes on that path. Like Final Fantasy XIV does that, where I don't know if you've played it, but there is the world in general that can use magic, and then there are the Garleans who cannot. So the Garleans developed technology and went way down the tech tree to be like modern society. And the rest of the world is able to use magic, so they're more closely related to the Middle Ages for technology for the most part. But they have way more powerful magic and like magical abilities and stuff. And it's only towards the end of the game where you meet a society that's decided to combine the technology of Garlean of Garlemald with the magic of the other races, and it creates some really cool results. It's believed that Atlantis was super technologically advanced and basically ended themselves, while the rest of the world was barely into the Bronze Age. Possibly. But there's a lot about history that we're not really seeing. Like, I remember... let me actually finish this cutscene first. One second here.
It was about you.
Rose and people who are carrying the world. Although Savan couldn't accomplish his objectives, he fulfilled his role at the expense of his life. Now everything is on you.
I know. I will stop my father and fulfill Savan's will.
I'll be here waiting for you. Whenever you would like to go back to the world, I'll be your wings.
Thank you, Coloon. Yeah, sorry, I talk a lot. No, that's cool. Trust me, I am happy to have you here and chatting. because otherwise I have to make stuff up myself, and talking to myself, while possible, is not nearly as fun as having people here. So, thank you for being here. It's nice to have you. I'm glad you wrote in.
Would you like to have wings?
Yes. But yeah, so like there's a lot of things that we considered the old world to be not technologically advanced, but there's so much evidence to the exact contrary. For example, in India, they discovered like stones with perfectly concentric rings on them that looked like they couldn't have been made by human hands, but were instead made by machinery using, like maybe primitive machinery, but machinery nonetheless, using or moving in predictable, consistent patterns in order to do stuff. Yeah, so like there's a lot of technology that we can't or we don't consider being possible or people of that age using, but it's very reasonable. I even remember seeing one of the things that they used to build castles, for example, was they had cranes powered by hamster wheels, basically, but with people inside of them. So they'd have it rigged up so that you'd walk on this hamster wheel, or a couple of people would walk on this hamster wheel, and it would turn, raising the pallets of super heavy stones up to the higher levels of the castle. Like, it's so interesting to see ancient technology that still used those kind of mathematical and technological advancements. Or another one that I think is really cool is, what was I thinking? I've forgotten. Oh, yeah! And like, you look at Stonehenge, there's a belief that it has something to do with electricity-wise, because if you look closely at it, the formation followed the laws of how thermodynamics would work in nuclear power plants and turbines. I was actually going to bring that up. I saw another guy who showed how even a single person could have created Stonehenge, like by himself, just using physics. Because all it took was knocking a single pebble underneath there to begin with to act as a fulcrum point, and you could just tilt it back and forth using more and more stones to prop up the angles in order to raise it up high, and then you stick the side posts underneath. And he showed he literally was doing it by himself. It was so cool seeing that being constructed by one guy with pivot points. Yeah, it's nuts. I find that sort of thing super cool. Actually, have you ever seen Primitive Technology on YouTube? The channel name is Primitive Technology. Wait, how can I get there? It's this way, that's why. My amazement is at the pyramids. The pyramids are pretty cool too. Wait, a Primitive Technology? Are you sure we're talking about the same guy? Because I'm talking about the guy that doesn't talk in his videos. He goes out to his land in the Australian outback. And, I mean, it all looks pretty legit. I don't know how people would debunk that. Like, he shows the whole process. Okay, yeah, different channel then. Primitive Technology is this dude who's out there, and he's not even wearing shoes. He's literally just got his shorts on. And I think if it wasn't for YouTube's guidelines, he might not even wear those. But he goes out there and he progresses as far down the human tech tree by himself as he can. So like the first few episodes are him showing different variations of ancient axes and things. So he goes to a river and he finds a stone and he uses it to polish it into a sharper edge on another stone in the water. And then he uses fire drilling to create a hole in a stick that he can then bind with loyocane in order to create an ancient Viking-style axe to chop down trees and stuff. And it's not like, oh, look how perfectly it works. But he shows that, you know, you use it to split most of the way through the wood you're trying to cut, and then you just pull on it, and you use your body weight to break it off. And that's how you've chopped up the tree. There's a channel where the guy goes to a jungle and basically does his own stuff and has it all in his videos, but there's a certain cuts and it was proven with the amount of time he was supposedly out there, he wouldn't have survived on certain foods because the human body needs specific nutrients. Basically, he was living off bamboo. Yeah, definitely different channel then, because this guy doesn't act as though he's getting all of his nourishment from the food. He just or from the food he harvests. He just shows how it's possible. So like one time he grew taro roots, and he showed how the older peoples would protect them from animals and stuff as they grew, and he just let them grow for a couple of months or however long it took. And then he came back and he showed how they would be turned into taro root pancakes. But he never gave an indication that he would be living off of the land like that. It was just, this is how technology would be done in those days. And his machete is always resharpened every video. Yeah, different guy then. This guy doesn't have a machete at all. It's literally handmade everything. And it's super cool. Because he... sorry, I've been forgetting to play. Because he does things like... he makes all of his own tools. One of the cool things he did was he found iron bacteria in the river. And then he took them back. And he actually smelted the iron out of them to create a small arrowhead knife. And he's been trying really hard since then to recreate more iron technology or iron processing technology in furnaces. Hasn't succeeded yet, but he's working on it. And he shows us how he made like water bellows, for example. Oh, I gotta go to disc 3. Okay, excuse me 1 second. I'm just trying to get back to the Dragoon City, because I got to get that last stardust and fight the Dragoons. But apparently, I forgot about this. 1 moment, please. Yeah, see, I think you would really like it. It is a pretty cool channel. And he never says a word. He just does stuff. If you want a better breakdown of what's going on, you have to turn on the captions. And it's so peaceful and relaxing. Like the whole time, dude's just silent. And you can read if you want to read. But you don't have to. You just get to watch. Super peaceful. I enjoy his videos so much. The water bellows in particular were really cool because he made basically a large clay pot, and he has to fire all of his clay and stuff too. So like that takes a while, but you see how he builds his clay bricks, and then he builds the furnace, and then he uses that to fire all of his clay, and he shows you when he breaks them because they're no good. And how he waterproofs them and all that other stuff. And then what he did was he made these bellows that was a clay pot with a spout on it, basically. And then he created a little puddle of water. And at the top of the pot, there was a little hole that he had stuck a leaf to with clay, so that as he lifted it up, the leaf would come down and it would pull air in. And as he pushed it down, the leaf would press up against the hole, and all the air that the pot was pushing into the water was pushed out through a spout on the other end to feed a fire. It was so neat. It looked like a pain in the butt, but it was still neat. I went to a buddy's gold mine one time to help out, and we worked out a deal, and I got a bit of gold, and I melted all of it down and made rings for all my kids and engraved them myself. That's cool. I'd love to get into metallurgy. I think it's a very neat thing. physically I'm not able to anymore. I can barely walk in the grocery store. Like I can't even move at the speed that I need to move without massive coughing fits. I have to lean on a shopping cart, and if I start moving even a little bit faster than my body likes, the coughing fits pick up and I suffer a lot. Oh, I bet. Metallurgy does seem like fun, but it must be very taxing on the mind and the body. Like it has to take a lot of determination to do something so repetitive in the hot conditions that it requires, day in and day out for hours. When you literally buy anything that's metal, yet you can see impurities you wouldn't notice if you didn't know. That's fair too. I mean, it's like, it feels like that guy on YouTube that, he's a firefighter, and so he makes videos like real things I've seen on the job as a firefighter or a first responder. And it's a bunch of crazy stuff, but he's also made short skits where he green screens himself into those emergency shows, and he's talking about like the reality of what would happen in that situation, and he's making fun of their idiocy. So, one that sticks out in my mind immediately is he's talking about how the new version of MacGyver had the guy trying to cut through a wall using, what was it? Using the water pressure from a fire hose and some sand. And he's just mocking them mercilessly, because, like, obviously it wouldn't work with 30 PSI. Or he's talking about how stupid their ideas are and how far from protocol it is and how dangerous the stupid things they're doing are. It's really entertaining. I've forgotten what his name is, or what his channel name is, but every once in a while he shows up on my YouTube shorts and I really enjoy it. As you might have imagined, I don't get out a lot, so most of my entertainment comes from video games, or if I'm watching YouTube. And even at that, most of the time it's Game Grumps. It's just when it picks up, or when I get distracted with doom scrolling shorts. Every once in a while I'll pick one up and I'll accidentally scroll, and then I'll just keep scrolling. My motor for my '01 Mustang had over 1 million miles on it. I only rebuilt it once, and I was the only owner. Damn. I rebuilt it after 700,000 miles, and then it finally died after 330,000 due to letting someone use it for a day. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. I can see that, though. When vehicles need to be driven a certain way and somebody doesn't understand, it can break things. It can. I can imagine someone being like, oh, I'm used to a low-power car. I will have to floor it to get up to speed to merge into this lane. And then it just grinds the gears, or, you know, breaks the cylinder heads. Because it's not meant to be used like that. I didn't get very far in it, because I had an accident when I was 17 and I busted my leg up pretty bad. But around that time, I was a first-year apprentice mechanic, and I had a lot of fun with it. I wasn't very good at it because I had never been tasked to really, like, diagnose things or to act independently up until that point. So it took me a lot of trial and error, mostly error, in order to start learning how things were actually supposed to go in a work environment. But, you know, I still enjoyed it. It was a very rewarding job for me, dirty as it was, frustrating as it was, and I really liked the difficulty of the work, like the strength, how much physical strength it took. This car was a standard, or his car was a standard, and he was saying it was a V8, Mine was a 3.81 V6, but had more power than his V8, and he needed to get to work. So I said, screw it. He came home and my car never ran again. He blew up the motor and the transmission was destroyed. The clutch was mated to the flywheel as well. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, if I had a manual transmission car, I would not be loaning that out to anyone that did not also drive manual. Like, standard spoils people entirely too much. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I got what you meant by mating. I'm just curious, was it physical, as in he had somehow managed to grind them together and they got mangled, or were they in contact so long that they fused together by pseudo welding because they just overheated and melted together? Because I could see either one happening depending on use. Or abuse in this case, because it definitely sounds like that poor thing was abused. Oh, I wonder if these item sellers are still here. Pinky in the brain. Oh, excuse me. How long have I been streaming? That's not right. This one, here we go. Hour and 31. Okay. I'm guessing he redlined too many times and too long to look cool. And he blew the head gaskets, so coolant and oil mixed, causing the motor to overheat and build too much pressure. Gotcha. So it was a fusion rather than a mangle. Yeah, that's super unfortunate. I don't understand why people feel the need to redline. Like, it's not efficient. It's not like it's going to get you more power most times or like out of the way. You use that when you're already at speed. You don't use it to try and accelerate. But I guess if people haven't spent enough time playing with cogwheels, they wouldn't know that. Basically, the motor got so hot that the flywheel became malleable and the carbon plate of the clutch just sank in. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Those things are rated for a lot of heat, but probably not that much. Add in the pressure and speed, and yeah. I can see how they would accidentally fuse. I mean, I never redlined it in the 20 plus years I owned it. Yeah. Yep. And that's the way it should be. Like, just because your car can go up to that point doesn't mean it should. I had a friend. It's shocking how poorly educated people are on those things, though, like on vehicles. Though I couldn't start driving on a hill in first or second, or I'd spin out my tires and roll backwards. Had to start in third all the time. That's a quirk of the car, right? It's one of those things where you gotta get used to it to know that. But like I was saying, it's shocking how uneducated about cars people are. I had a friend a couple years ago who she was going on a trip and couldn't figure out why she had no grip on the snowy roads. And I was like, oh, that's just because it wasn't street legal if you looked under the hood. I got you. But this friend of mine couldn't figure out why she was skidding around on snow-covered roads. And I was like, well, how much tread do you have on your tires? And she says, I don't know how to check that. So I said, okay, well, put your finger in the middle of the tire and tell me roughly how far up your nail it comes in the middle. And she says, well, they look fine. And she didn't know where to put her finger on the tire to read the tire wear bar. So I was like, whatever. And it wasn't until later I found out that I was right to ask that question, because apparently she'd been keeping her tires at max PSI instead of, reading on the door where it says, hey, keep it at 32 unless you're overweight. So her tires were just completely bald in the center. She was riding on a high point the entire time. No wonder she couldn't grip anything. Like how... It's written on the inside of the door! I never used street tires on my Mustang. I used all-terrain off-road tires. Better grip, and the burnouts were insane. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. I think it's a good idea, too. But she didn't know what pressure to keep her tires at. She thought max pressure was the pressure to keep them at. It was pretty unfortunate. Rose, visit me again. But my power is at its limit. Please save the souls of the 4 Dragoons who are our companions. My rears were always set to 10 psi under the recommended and 3 psi under the front.
We have to pursue Zeke now. I will trust you to save the Dragoon souls.
I don't know what she said. That's okay. Yeah, like, as I was saying, that's a very reasonable thing to do when you know the quirks of your own car, right? Like, when you have an idea about what you're doing, you can do things like that. It's no problem. Because when the tires heat up, it expands. Yep. And, like, obviously, if you've got more power in the rears, you want them a little lower so that there's more grip on them as well. You don't just want them overfilled to standard and riding on less of the tire than they should be, or you lose control. So, like, cool things like that are indicative of an owner who knows what he's doing. But this was just an uneducated driver, unfortunately, who didn't have the most basic of car knowledge. I raced that car all over all the time. I'm surprised with all the racing you never redlined it. But it sounds like it had enough power, you didn't really need to. So that's cool. My most recent ex didn't understand that you have to change oil every 3 to 4 months. I will be honest, I'm pretty bad about that too. I should change my oil a lot more often than I do. But it's expensive and I don't drive much, so it's hard for me to get out. My car is way overdue for an oil change though, that's a good point. I had oil in the car for over a year, yeah. And it's not like oil stays good even if you're not driving. Like, I know it needs an oil change. And I should not have left it as long as I did either. It's really super difficult for me to take it in for an oil change. I drive that car so little that unfortunately at the end of at the beginning of winter, I have to take the battery out because I can't drive for like 3 to 4 months. And the battery will just straight up die. I told them don't ever open their hood again. Get someone who knows what they're doing to do. Oh, then they overfilled because they thought they were low? Oh, damn. Yeah, that's bad. I hated doing cars like that as a mechanic too. Because it would be so full, you'd pull the plug, and then there would be under so much pressure, it would shoot out up your arm sleeve. And then you'd have an oil-soaked arm for the rest of the day. Ugh. I hated that. Especially because they had to drive it in, so the oil was always hot too.
Nothing has changed here, not even a bit. Why?
Kansas, who is it? Oh, it's you. You hate this place so much. What made you change your mind about coming here?
I didn't change my mind. These dolls still make me feel nauseous.
Huh, say what you want. These are mementos to remind me of the taste of blood dripping from my fist. There is no reason to be criticized by you.
The people killed by you won't be saved if they find the memento in such poor taste as their tomb.
You came here to become one of these dolls?
I now understand the reason why you're clinging to this world.
When there's power issues, I check compression first and listen. Then if pressure is a little high, just drain the oil and then put the bare minimum in and open the radiator and let it run till it was at operating temp. Usually it was just overfilled oils. Yeah, that's fair.
You haven't killed enough.
Then let me be satisfied with you.
For my part, I wasn't doing a lot of diagnosing for problems with oil. It was just oil changes. Because like I said, I was a first-year apprentice. I hadn't even gone to first-year school at that point. So I was learning as I went. Oh man, I flubbed that big time. I don't have a legend cask on Rose. She's wearing her headband. This gonna hurt. Oh, it's a single hit. Okay, we're good. Wow, my voice was surprisingly accurate for him. I forgot about that. One guy had me do brakes and then didn't want to pay me, so I took my fluid and my brake lines back. He didn't understand why he blew a stop sign and hit a light pole and was trying to brake when he left 10 minutes later. That's probably less than legal. I wouldn't be admitting to that.
More and more.
I can see why you did it, but like, it's a little different than destroying the work as a contractor that you did on someone's house if they're refusing to pay. I went to court over it. I was in the right. That's surprising to me because, like, I figured. Oh, did you put his old stuff on? Fair enough. Okay, that makes more sense then. I thought you literally just took them and let him drive out without brake lines or brake fluid. I was like, that don't sound safe. But if you just put his old stuff back on, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Can't put the fluid back in once it was dumped. Huh? I mean, if you didn't pay for it. I don't understand people like that. Hey, I need you to do a service that I can't do, but I'm not going to pay you for the time, or parts, or expertise. What the hell, man? You came to me looking for this service. What the hell? This is a cool summon. I like how it breaks reality to be summoned. Whee! I'm not even paying attention to how much damage this is doing, but I have the Legend Cask on, so I can't imagine I'm taking too much. That is a shocking amount for having the Legend Cask on. What the hell? Well, his one brake line was broken, and it completely snapped when I got it off, and it took me 2 hours to do, and I was only charging him like $300. I even pulled the parts off my shelf in my garage and didn't charge him for that. Free parts and fluid, just paying for work. Yeah, like, why would you not pay for that? Like, I don't... People are dumb sometimes. I really don't understand them. The entitlement is absolutely absurd. But, I mean, people gonna peep, right? Not much you can do about that when they're being dumb. So I totally understand why contractors have to destroy their work so much sometimes. This one. Yeah, his wife ended up calling me and I had her come to my shop to do work on our car. I charged her $600 for a tune-up. She didn't care, just needed it done right then. I'm surprised you would work on it at all, but she must have been more reliable than her idiot husband. Different car, understandable, but same family, which is the issue. She used her husband's money? Yeah. I mean, I figured, but sometimes people with that personality type attract each other. The entitled seem to find the other entitleds. I'm surprised she wasn't such a Karen that she tried the same thing. Tune-up is only like $200 and then maybe parts like $350 max. Yeah. which is really good, to be honest, because, like, I took my scooter in. I have an electric scooter. I don't know if I'll even get to use it this time. Oh, Rose died, damn it. I don't know if I'll even get to use it this year because this new medication I'm on makes me so dizzy, but, I took it in for a tune-up. Damn it. At the beginning of last year, and it cost me like $75 or $80 just for that. I told her why I was charging so much, and she said, hey, you did good work before, and he was the one that messed up. Just charge his card, ran it, got paid, finished the job, and that was done. Awesome. Well, I'm glad she trusted you enough after that to still come back and use you. Like, that's very kind of her, to be honest. But it sounds like she is probably also used to her husband being an asshole. She ended up calling me all the time for work and stuff, even called me to tow him when he ran out of gas one time. Ouch. That one sounds rough. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna need to heal, I think. Like, obviously I have to restore Rose, but I'm gonna wait a little bit for that. I didn't even charge her for the tow. The look on his face, the fact he wasn't man enough to get home and his wife called a real man to take his butt home was enough for me. That, good for you. That's all I can say about that. Good for you. I don't blame you for finding that hilarious. Being petty in cases like that sounds very perfectly reasonable to me. Maybe I'll just have Rose defend for a while. I can probably ever do that. Hopefully it'll be enough regen for her. I may need to get her like a therapy ring though, because I think there's a second one I haven't gotten yet. I try and be very forgiving of people, like very understanding rather than petty, but there are absolutely times where that just doesn't work out. Specifically in Final Fantasy XIV, there are some times I am so ridiculously petty. She was super sad when I moved across the country and she had to find a new mechanic. I ended up sending her to a shop that let me use their equipment sometimes for a commission. Well, that's nice. It's nice that you had a shop that could do that as well. That's good. It's nice when people that let you do things like use their equipment are always able to get a bit of a reward for doing that to you. My father always had a saying. Don't sweat the petty shit, pet the sweaty shit. That's fun. That's funny. It's gross, but it's funny. There we go. Man, I forgot how much health these guys have. It's a lot. Your father sounds like he was a funny guy, though. I'm not sure if "was" is the correct term here. You seem to be not old enough to have had your father kick the bucket yet. As cruel a way of saying that as it might have been. I love mechanics. I hated doing it as a job with a boss, but when I did it freelance, I had a lot of fun. Very few incidents where I had problems with people. I mean, that's very reasonable, because to be honest, there's some people you don't want to piss off, and that's people that'll work on your car, your doctor, your lawyer, and fast food workers, because you don't want the people handling your food to be mad at you. You never know what's going to happen to it when nobody's watching. My stepdad is my father. My birth father I could care less about. My mother's over 50 now. My stepdad is like 45. Oh wow, you're not even that far apart in age then. But fair enough. That's cool. I'm happy for you. I am. I am fortunate enough my parents are still alive, and I love them, and we have a good relationship. Holy crap, even at half damage, that was almost an instant kill. Damn. 49? Fair enough. Fair enough. Time does fly. Entirely too fast, too. I'm stuck in this weird time loop because of my health, or this weird time sensation where it both moves really quickly and doesn't move at all. Because it feels like I'm stopped, so I don't really have a sense of progression of time. But by the same token, since I'm not doing anything, time just disappears. So I'll think it's Monday and it's like Saturday of the following week. There was one year not that long ago, I thought I was a year older than I actually was. I couldn't tell. I wasn't keeping track of time that well. I'll look at a clock and it'll be like 1 p.m. Then I'll be sitting doing nothing and check later. It's only like 1:20, but it felt like 5 hours. Yeah, that happens. I totally get it. I do. I don't remember if this guy has a suicide attack for once he's beaten. I sure hope not, because Rose is not going to survive it if he does. Even just having her defend. Ow. Dodging is such a dumb mechanic. I hate it. I got real sick of... Oh, please don't kill her. I got real sick of dodging mechanics in my dark history of gaming when I played League of Legends. Because I was playing back when it was still new and before it became incredibly ridiculously toxic with the ranked. And they actually had a dodge mechanic in that game too, and it is so unfun to fight against. Like, when you just can't hit someone, it's ridiculously frustrating. That's fair, that's fair. I got into it because I had friends that were into it, and they wanted to play with me, so I installed it for them. But I dropped it after a couple of years. It wasn't a long-term thing. I'm more into tactical shooters like Arma and stuff. That's cool. Right now, my current friend group, online at least, likes to play Helldivers. So almost every night we're playing Helldivers for an hour or two, which is really fun. I can only handle an hour or two now, because without grinding to do, once you're max level, it's like you play because of the people, not because you're enjoying the game so much anymore.
I was surprised when you joined the campaign by being persuaded by Shirley. But after all, it was to kill.
I'm super low level, I can't play alone. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, if you ever want to play, hit me up. During stream is not the best time, but most of the rest of the time, I'm pretty free. If you want, you don't have to, by the way, but if you want, down in the bio there is a link to join either YouTube if you want to watch old videos, or the Discord if you want to join in there and get like updates on when I'm live, or if I'm not going to be because I'm having a bad day or something. And on top of that, there's channels to like Game with Valios. You can send me direct messages. My DMs are open. I stream Helldivers when I play it. People watch when I do. That's fine. I mean, I'm streaming too. I don't care. I'm pretty decent at the game. It's just that I have a hard time streaming it. My computer doesn't keep up with the stream very well. And I haven't gotten the settings right to do it. Oh, sorry. So I said, if you're interested, and you don't have to, if you want to watch old videos, there's links down below the video or down below the stream for YouTube, or on Discord. There's a link to join my Discord too, and there's channels set up if you want to like arrange a time to play any game with me, either on or off stream, or you can DM me directly if you want a game with me. Like just let me know. I'm pretty open to whatever and whenever, as long as I'm not midstream. Although I will need a little bit of a break after stream because my throat is going to be killing me for a couple of hours. But yeah, I'm happy to play with people regardless of if you're streaming it or not.
Yes, that's right, but it wasn't the only reason. I thought the nobleness of Shirley, which I could never have, would take me somewhere I could otherwise never know. Some bright place I couldn't know. So even after death, I have been looking for that place.
Oh. Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes I'll get invited by streamers I follow to join them in the game they know we have together. Yeah. Well, I mean, I am totally down to play with people. So if you feel like playing, just hit me up. I'm happy to. I won't be streaming it because my computer doesn't stream Helldivers very well, but I'm fine being on stream if you want to do it. Actually helped a streamer buy Arma 3 for another streamer friend of his at the beginning of the month. Nice. Very nice.
I hope you can reach there. Let's keep going.
Okay, so... yeah... I think my problem is not so much Helldivers 2 being rough on the PC, so much as, because I'm still pretty new to streaming and I'm not great with the technical side of things, I don't have the right settings to stream it. Like, for a long time, I wasn't able to stream because I had I had it trying to encode off of my processor, which was being overloaded by Helldivers, just because I didn't know how to get my graphics card to process it. And Helldivers is so unoptimized in the first place that my PC or my CPU was trying to upscale everything that my graphics card was putting out, so it was just riding itself red hot all the time. I have to max my fan and GPU's fan settings when I stream it. Stuff gets hot. Yeah. My PC sits right next to me at chest height. I sweat streaming certain games. I totally understand that. Absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. But Helldivers is super weird. Like, I had to mess with the settings a lot. And I found out that even though I have a pretty decent graphics card now, it was still trying to run off of the CPU. Like, my graphics card was sitting at like 15% utilization, and the CPU was sitting at 100%, like, all the time. And it wasn't until I did a lot of digging that I found out I could shift the load to my CPU, or to my graphics card, by changing to higher graphics settings. And then on top of that, my CPU, like I said, was trying to do graphics acceleration, so it was trying to upscale everything that my GPU was putting out. So I had the balance at like 75% to 80% GPU use, and my CPU was still trying to fry. It was dumb. I've only had issues with it trying to use more RAM than it should be. I have 64 gigs, so it's not a problem, but still it was super odd. Yeah, it's not optimized well, to be sure. To be damn sure. But having said that, my throat is killing me from stupid voices and 2 hours of stream, so I think, yeah, we're right at the 2 hour mark. I'm going to end the stream here, but Dashi, I really appreciate you being here. It's been awesome having someone to talk to for a while. I hope to see you again. But yeah, thank you again to Rocketeer for bringing the raid. That was really nice too. Take it easy and drink some nice cool water or tea with honey in it. That would be a very good idea. That would be a very good idea. I did save. I'm going to double save just to be sure. But yeah, thank you again. Ow. I'm okay. Sorry about the sound. I hope to see you again. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. I shall hopefully see you again next time. Have a good day. I'll do my best. See ya.